And we're back here on OM Talks. I'm like a little bug that's probably interested in the topic of anxiety because it's been circling around me and I have no idea where it came from. So, first, as always, I want to start by saying that I see all these highlights from the CaféClub TV production and I love them. I love how artificial intelligence is incorporated. And I also love how all these services that CaféClub offers are available to you so that you can make your shows, your podcasts, your blogs, your business, even if you've never done a blog or a podcast or a video, so that you can keep getting better and better at reaching people. And here at CaféClub, you have absolutely all the tools. Artificial intelligence, production, music. You don't have to worry about a thing. That way you just show up and voila. And what's more, you can appear in a bunch of languages that you choose, and of course, according to the territory of your show. Always moving forward, always gaining more and more international reach. So I invite you to become part of our team. Here it is. You can activate the bell. There's also the QR code, which I'll ask production to put up so you can download the application, download the app, and that way you can get more and more information, okay? There it is. Download the app. There's the QR code. Just point your phone at it. It's super easy. Ta-da! It pops up and we're all set. But before we go, I want to thank Arts Yoga University, or artsyoga.university, who make this program possible and offer you certifications in meditation, yoga, mindfulness, and everything that supports human growth, and of which I am the director. I also want to invite you to write to me on social media, Violeta Valdruet, especially on Instagram, which is the platform I use the most. Violeta, like the color, Val with a lowercase b, Drew, E, just as it sounds, all together. And let me know. If there's any topic you'd like me to cover, if there's someone who needs help, personal growth, self-development, or some kind of motivation, and suggest topics that might interest you, or if you'd like any kind of private service in my practice, I'd be more than happy and willing to share it with you. Now let's get to what we came for in today's Talks, something very important. Don't tell me you never get ahead of yourself and start thinking about the future, okay? Because that's where the topic of anxiety comes in. Don't tell me that sometimes you don't feel the urge in this life and in this world to control the things that happen, especially when they're situations that affect your loved ones or yourself. You don't have to be a control freak. No. Just be honest with yourself. If we could control what happens to the people we love, illnesses, work situations, finances, or even what happens to ourselves, we'd probably be like, oh, wouldn't that be great? I wish everything would go well for you, that you could control everything so the people you love wouldn't have to suffer. That, wanting to control, trying to not letting go, goes hand in hand with anxiety. As I said at the beginning, it's like living one step ahead in the future, and that makes us forget a bit about the present. But I don't want to treat anxiety as something to punish yourself for, something like that. I hear a lot of people, some colleagues, other acquaintances, even some professionals treating anxiety like, oh, anxiety, don't let it happen to you. Don't let it take over. When anxiety goes hand in hand with fear and stress, those are terrible things. Blah, blah, blah. No, I want to approach it as a reality. It's a reality, and it's something that's happening to more and more people every day. And I am one of them. What do you think about that? Even though I have tools for human development, ancestral knowledge of Ayurveda, and experience as a therapist, I have recently had moments of anxiety. And let me tell you, for those who experience anxiety, you understand me. It's unpleasant. It's terrible. Once, when I was much younger, I felt this way. And that's why I learned yoga techniques, meditation, mindfulness, and all of that. Now, it's not that these things don't help me. In fact, what happens to me from time to time now isn't like what happened before when I didn't understand it, when it was out of control, anxiety, panic. Now it's something milder, but I recognize it and notice it. And I can be sleeping and suddenly wake up with a feeling of anxiety. And as I said, those of us who go through that, we know it's not fun. So I've had to dig deeper, search, and do a bit more research to see what updates there are on this topic from a medical and scientific perspective, as well as tips. And that's why I'm here. I am here to tell you what I'm doing, what works for me, and from what perspective we can look at it. And the first thing is this. Let's stop seeing this as a problem. Let's look at it as something that is simply a reaction, right? It's the human response that in some way is wired into us so that we react this way. Let me correct that. We react this way because responding is different. Responding is what we need to do. Responding is done with awareness. Reacting is more about survival. So let's talk a little bit. There's something that really caught my attention in what I was reading. And once again, if you're tuned in and you're here because you're someone who struggles with anxiety, who has felt anxiety, it's likely that you constantly worry about what other people think. You're trying to manage situations. You're even at times dealing with other people's problems. And you feel like things are somehow slipping out of your control. You're not alone in carrying this mental and emotional burden. It happens to many of us, and even to people who might never mention it to you. And this often leads us to feel exhausted, frustrated, trapped in a cycle of thoughts that sometimes just won't stop, okay? But this is what has led me to do some research, and that's what I want to share with you. I found a simple way to start freeing ourselves a bit from this issue, you know? And the theory comes from someone I was reading, and I recommend her to you. Her name is Mel Robbins. She's a doctor, Mel Robbins, with her theory of let go and release. In Ecuadorian terms, it would be like saying, let it go, let it go. In Latin, it wouldn't just be let go and flow, but rather let it flow. And what is that? Just like it sounds, I know it might seem cliche, like I've already heard that, it's not easy. No, but listen to this. This mental approach is super powerful for finding more peace and mental balance. And it works because I've been applying it myself. So this theory of letting go, of letting things flow, of releasing. Mel Robbins, best-selling author and motivational speaker, created this theory. In English, it's called Let Them, okay? It's a way to let go of control over things we simply can't manage, which sometimes causes us anxiety and makes us try to jump ahead to the future. Essentially, this theory invites you to allow others to act as they wish without feeling obligated to intervene, convince, or change their decisions or behaviors to align with your expectations. For example, imagine that someone cancels plans with you at the last minute or starts behaving in a distant way. Instead of blaming yourself and thinking you did something wrong or going into detective mode, simply take a deep breath, close your mouth, and breathe deeply through your nostrils and think, that is that person's decision. So I let it go. They are a separate being, okay? So it's not about being indifferent or avoiding things. Like I'm just avoiding conflicts. No, it's about protecting your inner peace and focusing on what you can control and focusing on the wonderful, on the other wonderful things in your life with gratitude, okay? Stay next. If we practice this approach consistently, we can relieve much of the burden that anxiety places on our relationships and on ourselves. How could that be? Number one, you reduce overthinking. One of the characteristics of anxiety is it's overanalyzing something. You overdo it with details. I'm telling you this from experience. We replay conversations in our heads. We think about everything that could have gone wrong in that situation. But on the other hand, when you adopt the mindset of letting go, of releasing, let them, you remember that other people's actions aren't always about you, and that frees your mind and gives you peace. It relaxes you. 2, it encourages healthy emotional boundaries. Sometimes we absorb other people's emotions as if they were our own. We go around getting emotionally involved and absorbing things and that have nothing to do with us. If someone is upset, we feel like we have to fix it. No. I mean, with this theory, you can say, and with love, it's not about the fighting with the world. No, with love, I care about you, whoever you are. I care. I care about how you feel. But I'm not going to sacrifice my stability for something that's out of my hands, okay? That would be one way to do it. 3, let go of the need for perfection. There are so many people I know who we try. I think in general most human beings try to be they don't try to be. They are their own worst executioner, okay? And many of us are searching for perfection in some way. Anxiety makes us want to be the perfect partner, the perfect friend, the perfect daughter, the perfect mom, and have everything perfect. But you need to practice letting go, releasing. Let them, and by practicing that, we remind ourselves that it's okay for others to have their imperfections, and even more so, that it's okay for us to have imperfections too. Okay? 4, promote acceptance. Many times, anxiety is born from the resistance of should, inconstancy. I should. Okay? I should be able to please everyone. They should understand me. And so on and so forth. Applying this theory of letting go of those shoulds and accepting things and people as they are helps immensely because it creates more space for calm, especially when we pride ourselves on saying that we love someone. Yes, like when you say you love someone. Okay. If you love someone, then you have to open up that range of possibilities and accept that people come with imperfections. And that's where the magic of love lies, in understanding, in empathizing, in having compassion, okay, but not just for the other person, also for yourself. And maybe it's even more important to start with yourself. 5th, this strengthens self-compassion. Anxiety also turns against ourselves, If something goes wrong, we immediately think it's my fault. It's my responsibility. But no, you need to let go, release it. Let them, right? Change your inner dialogue. Not everything is in your hands. Not everything is in my hands. I'm doing the best I can. That's right. Always giving your best, doing your best throughout your life. And that's enough, because not all outcomes are in your hands, okay? 6th, develop resilience to rejection. This one is tough. Being ignored, not getting a response, or being told no, ouch. It hurts, doesn't it? It really does hurt. I know, okay? And it can feel like a personal attack. This theory works like an emotional shield. You say to yourself, Their decision. I don't have to prove my worth to anyone, okay? This helps a lot because when we feel ignored, when someone gives us a no, and we feel that personal attack, that rejection, reminding yourself of this like a kind of mantra. This was their decision. I don't have to prove my worth to anyone. In other words, if the situation goes that way, then in the end, the ones who lose are other people, right? Work on building that strength of self-esteem and work on sustaining, on learning about rejection. Now, how do we make this letting go and going with the flow come more naturally to us? Yeah, right? I mean, I'm well aware that letting go is not always easy. And that's why I wanted to talk about this topic in a way that's friendly to those dealing with anxiety. Because it's easy to say a lot of things or give a lot of advice, but if you haven't felt them yourself, you might not even be able to understand them. I understand and get it. Letting go is not always easy, especially if you're used to being the one who always tries to please me, fix things, or anticipate what others want. I mean, you're like a super giver, right? Okay. So here are a few simple steps to start working on helping ourselves. Let go. If you feel that situation coming on, pause, breathe. Okay, that's what everyone says, but not literally for what you're doing. Really stop what you're doing if you can. Sit down and start breathing calmly. It doesn't have to be for half an hour. Just start breathing through your nose. That is stop. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, am I trying to control something that isn't mine? To control? Huh? Am I trying to control something that isn't mine to control? Okay? Then repeat in your head like a mantra, like a song. I let go. I'm going to let this go. And the next time you feel uneasy about the issue or about what someone did or didn't do, quietly repeat, that's their choice. Let them. Let go. I let it go. I release. This phrase will become an anchor. Oh, that will come back to you when you need it, if you practice it enough, okay? After that, focus on your circle of control. That is, what do you actually have control over? What can you actually control? So your answers should go like, for example, along the lines of, okay, I can control how I talk to myself. I can control how I see myself. I can control my self-care. That's where my power lies. And I'm going to invest my energy and attention in my self-care and in how I'm treating myself. With my thoughts and how I'm talking to myself, okay? Next, do a bit of a brain dump. Grab a piece of paper and start writing. Buy yourself something you can always carry with you. If you're worried that someone might read it, get one of those diaries with a lock. But if not, just something that you can use, like somewhere you can deposit your thoughts and do journaling. That will help you process a lot. Write however it comes to you. Don't start worrying about commas, colons, paragraphs, uppercase, lowercase. No. Write however it comes to you. If you even want to draw, it doesn't matter. But write about how you felt when applying these theories, how you felt and why you applied them, what you learned, how it affected you. And you'll start to see how your growth is reflected and improves every time you write over time, right? Because all of this is something ongoing. It's not like you learn this and then never need it again. You might stop using it for a while and then it becomes useful to you again, say down the road. It depends on the circumstances or situations you're experiencing and how you are emotionally at that moment. It goes without saying that if you feel like everything you're doing isn't having any result and you feel like everything is overwhelming, that's okay. But even more than okay, it's okay to ask for help, all right? Write to me, I can help you, or look for any other professional who can help you deal with help you cope with anxiety. If at any moment you feel like you're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack, there are many exercises you can look up nowadays on social media. But something very simple that I can share with you is place your hands on your heart and come back to yourself. Literally, it might seem like it's obvious, I'm with myself. No, well, actually place your hands and feel your heart beating. Hold yourself, support yourself, and start to realize and think, I am here, I am with myself. Because anxiety is like a separation from yourself. It's like like a detachment, but come back. So feel your legs, notice what's beside you, connect with your senses. What am I smelling? Try something you can taste, something that gives you a flavor, like eat something light that gives you, uh, lets you feel the taste. Uh, Look around you. Describe what you're seeing, all in your head, right? All in your mind. If you want, you can say it to someone. If not, just do the exercise in your mind. Smell. What can you smell around you on yourself? What do you hear? Touch, when you touch yourself and you realize that you're with yourself, that you are okay. This is if you feel like things are getting out of control. And when that moment or those minutes pass, if you feel like you can't handle it, then seek professional help so they can guide you a bit more deeply. And don't worry, you're not the only person who goes through moments of anxiety, who goes through times when you can't manage what's happening around you and you feel like your needs to the nth degree aren't being met, aren't being fulfilled. And this is what makes many want to control what might happen and also jump ahead to the future, causing us to miss out on the present. That's why it helps a lot, no? To every day, every single day, regardless of your religion, whatever it is you practice, remember to be grateful and to notice and acknowledge, oh, I have my arms, I have my body, I have my face, I can breathe, I have my family, I have a roof over my head, I have food. Thank you, thank you, thank you, so and so, for helping me. Thank you, God, if you believe in God. Thank you, neighbor, for smiling at me every morning and not taking anything in this world for granted. That helps you to always keep yourself anchored in the present and stop projecting into the future. And that is a wonderful tool when it comes to dealing with anxiety. You know, to sum up, anxiety feeds on the desire to control. Anxiety feeds on the desire to control. And once again, I don't mean this as a punishment. Oh, stop being controlling. No, because that's not a switch you can just turn on and off. It happens to all of us. If I asked everyone, would you like to control a loved one's illness so that everything turns out fine? They would say yes. They're not going to say, oh no, let whatever happens happen. It's a natural thing. So that anxiety comes to us when, for some reason, or due to certain life situations or several, we feel the need to control, to try to manage something. to handle something, wanting to do it all, or wanting to do it all the time. So this theory from the doctor I was telling you about let them or letting go, it's not magic, but it's an invitation, an open door to gain more inner freedom. So don't try to force yourself to feel. There's nothing wrong with feeling. It's okay, it's normal. Don't try to disconnect from those you love. Don't try to disconnect from this world. No, it's about learning to deal with this world. It's about learning to deal with the pack we're in. It's about learning to let go of what isn't yours to carry and trusting that you are already enough, even when things don't turn out perfectly. You are not responsible for everyone else's happiness. And when you learn to let them, right? By letting go, you make space to focus on yourself. And that is loving you. That is also self-love. So take a deep breath through your nose. That way you get your whole respiratory system working, right? And repeat this every time you remember. And now repeat after me. Let them or let me go. I let go. Everyone has their own things. Everyone is responsible for each situation in their life. And I already have mine. So now you know. I hope this information has been helpful to you. And please do your part, share it. Share it with someone who might benefit from it. And if you don't know who could use it, just share it anyway. Copy the link and share it on all your social media in your stories. I'm sure that I always say, you don't need to have 10,000 likes on a post. As long as one person hears, reads, and benefits from this, you will have accomplished the power of sharing. And those are wonderful things that this world needs. So share this, share our app link so that people can have access to quality content. And on OM Talks, which is my show, we have short, high vibration conversations that should be understood. Farewell for now. I love you all very much.